So what I want to do here is recount a story from tonight, because what often would happen with me and Julian, and I'm trying to look at you and keep this a candid conversation, because we haven't formally recorded. Yeah, often you'll do that face. I'm trying to keep it that I'm talking to you. It's always better when we don't know there's anyone listening, because there's not going to be, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So it always gets ruined if you're like, I'm going to tell this to the audience, or I'm going to retell it, and now I want a reaction, so no. I am stuck on what happened tonight, which is every time I order a DoorDash, there's a story. And it makes me tell Gorgo. And
It's never even a good story, as in, and what I mean by good, I mean like, you know, like it was like an adventure or something. Most of the time it's scary and it leaves you adversely affected. Like,
yeah,
what the hell just
anytime
fucking happened?
it goes back to that. I mean, it's a meme now, the idea of like Larry David Lynch. I've had this obsession for years of finding things that are a perfect combination of Larry David and David Lynch, or Seinfeld and Twin Peaks. And that's a lot of what life in my town is. I won't even say the name of the town right now. But in this small town, it is a surreal...
Hey, Cheryl, tell that Negro to pay rent or get out.
Yes, we had an idea that we were going to do a show called Larry David Lynch. It's just Curb, but David Lynch, rest in peace, is replacing Larry. But let me get to this. Often I order DoorDash way too much and spend too much money on horrible junk food that I shouldn't be eating, and it's killing me fast, not slow. And every time I get a delivery, I have to tell Gorgo the name of the person and the face of the person on the Uber Eats is already a shit show. And then when they get here, there's always an exchange that is so painful, I must recount it to him.
His name is always some like Yugo Salami from fucking, you know, the Czech Republic. And he never gets to order right. And when he does, he's, you know, either very, very late or has no idea where the hell he's going, even though the DoorDash app for a driver tells them exactly where to go. Yeah, and it's just an adventure.
His name is Yugoslavia.
And talk about the handoff. The handoff of here's your order. It's not just hey, oh, there you are. Hey, here's your order. All right, thanks. Have a good night.
Well, I've gotten so many refunds over the years. I used to joke Kevin will be banned from DoorDash. Kevin will be blacklisted, shadow banned. I absolutely, really, truly did, and we're not going to get into that today. We'll do a whole episode about Kevin banned from DoorDash. I've resorted to Uber Eats, which is always $10 less. I never tip. Now,
thanks to me, by the way. I'm the one that
it reminds me of the Seinfeld bit about the cab drivers. He was like, his name is always 8 consonants in a row. I don't know what the line through it is or what planet that's from. Jerry's racist bit about cab drivers. He said, I don't know what it takes to get a driver's license in this town. I think all you need is a face. And that's how I feel about DoorDash guys.
Let's not even get into the ridiculous amount of racist bits that Seinfeld has in general. But on top of that, literally, even in the series Seinfeld, I vividly remember him. I don't even know what episode it is, but he does the worst, you know, Asian accent ever. And he's like, and he just says horrible stuff. He's like, what was it? I think you actually remember it. It was about how chopsticks have been forever, but hey, there's a fork right here.
One of my favorite Seinfeld bits is, I'll tell you what I like about Chinese people, as long as we're on the subject, they're hanging in there with those chopsticks. You know they've seen the fork, and he goes into a whole thing. We're not going to get to it.
I'm not sure if that's it, though. There's another one where he does literally the most racist, like, impersonation, I don't know. Act out accent ever.
But tonight, so the DoorDasher, it was a red flag on the name. Let's go to the name. Because I'll screenshot and send it to him. And we've been doing this for years.
Is It's scary to even think that we've been doing this for years. How far we've not come.
First of all, I think he's lying. It says 831 deliveries since November 2023. I don't know. First of all, there's 365 days in a year, so that's just terrifying. And then also, here's what it says. It says 275 rides. How could you have 831 deliveries and 275 rides? And then it's Uber Eats. It says, why deliver? He just wrote, needed. That's terrifying. Imagine you're a girl and this is a dating app. It says, knows English and Turkish, and he looks like it. He looks like a Yugoslavian serial killer. His name looks like it spells backwards. Suheyb. We'll put a picture in it, the episode notes, kids. Suheyb. And it's a Middle Eastern serial killer. He's got the haircut and everything. It's a headshot.
Now do that in a Billy voice. Do that in the Billy voice.
Mandy, the Doordash is here.
Holy shit.
I didn't know Chinese place had fries. Anyway, so I think often there's these auto-generated faces that always have them looking directly at the camera. It's quite terrifying. I want to steal these pictures and make a Grindr bio out of it just to prank people. So anyway, I thought, okay, this is going to be bad because it's really snowy here in Jersey. Let me dox myself. We're in a small town where the uphill battle of an uphill road is not plowed, and neither is my dead wife, and the driveway is not plowed. So I think to myself, what did I say earlier? I said some Negroid with a 2-wheel and a 4-cylinder that I didn't tip, and I'm going to be mad he didn't show up.
There we go.
And so the guy pulls in, and I don't even know what he drove. Let's call it a sob, because I was sobbing. And he gets out, and truly, I thought someone was doing a Borat impression. He's doing the devil horns with his, like he just won a basketball game. He's pumping his fist in the air. He's got like scoliosis to the max and a gray tight hoodie. And he's in the perfect Borat voice. He's like, we are the champions. Yes, we are. We are the champions. He's shaking my Walgreens bag that has a Russell Stover in it because I get Valentine's chocolate for myself. That's not what they meant when they said self-love, by the way. And so
Kevin is so, dedicated to seasons of the year that he orders chocolate pretty much every day. And it's usually just normal things like Payday, Reese's, Babe Ruth. But near Valentine's, of course, he's just literally ordering boxed chocolates because, Kevin's still festive like that. He's just, a silly guy like that.
So the guy shoves the bag at me like he's mad, he just won a race.
I would be too.
He's like, I did it myself, no one else. We are the champions. I'm like, what? And he starts waddling away in the snow. And I go, oh, you need the code. He turns around like drunkenly, and like he sounds kind of like a Down syndrome. And I'm knocking their sound, not their look. Don't at me. Anyway, and he goes, okay, and he types it in, and he just waddles away. And I was traumatized, and I lost my appetite already. Often I'll send Gorgo the photo, and I'll say, I don't even want the food now.
Anytime I see the photo, it's, I don't even want food. Now you ruined it for me, too. It's like,
we could play a drinking game where every time they turn at the fork that's supposed to go to my road, they miss my road and have to go around. Now, here's the thing. Let me stop us 18 minutes into this, and let's correct the mistake. This podcast is supposed to... We don't have to look at each other, God forbid. We're supposed to be talking to each other. What the mistake we've been making is I think we're both too focused on the phone in front of us. And so I'm still kind of in the mode of addressing an audience. So I've been saying Gorgo a lot, and you've been saying Kevin, because we know someone might hear this. But it's not the phone calls of us talking to each other, though. It's not candid. It's like... I don't know that people on podcasts very often... I mean, sometimes they will address an audience, but I would prefer that we talk to each other like there's not... You know what I mean? Like we're like, oh, and Kevin
little
said
more
this. It's like
raunchy.
we're not telling anyone anything. There's no one here. It's just us. So
get
and
what
this is
you're
normal,
saying.
and this happens. But we were so excited that like we got the headphones in. We're doing a real recording, so we're making that mistake in the first 18 minutes where you're stiff, you're uncomfortable, meaning both of us, we're a little formal, and many people make this mistake where it's like we're too in consideration of an audience, and it's like we're not actually talking to each other, we're too in our head about, ooh, what's the reaction going to be? And it's like, no, let's just do what fat sex really is, which is Kevin smothers himself in chocolate, and thank God no one's listening.
Yeah. He's already
Yeah.
covered in chocolate. Somehow Kevin being, unbathed, unshaved, unclothed, just covered in chocolate, just on his disgusting bed. That's what we're really talking about here. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
That's the setting that we're actually,
Often
in.
when I call you, I'm naked on my bed. The more candid these conversations can be, the closer it is to a non-recorded call, the better. But we'll see. Cole?
No fucking way. Hang on, you just pulled out the Captain Underpants.
No, but I was just going to make that reference. So it's just the Coca-Cola bottle thing. And by the way, no, but doesn't it look like exactly like that, though?
Yeah. No, you actually had me convinced because
The white swirl.
the circular. Well, the recycling symbol with the the words swirling around it. I really thought that was the hypno ring. Did you just do that?
Yeah, while we were talking, this
Like
thing came off, and I went like this, and I went, oh, I'm saving this. And I immediately thought Captain Underpants, and I went like that, and you immediately thought it too. That's...
Hang on, but you just did it, and you're like, oh, Captain Underpants.
Yeah, no, I was... half the time
fuck?
I was talking to you, I was just fiddling with it. And then once I looked at it, I realized this is...
That's fucking amazing, because never in a million years would I have thought that, if you're a homeless kid that
If you're a homeless kid that got to go to
2009.
a Scholastic Book Fair in 2007, in October, you know that Extra Crunchy Book O Fun by Dave Pilkey had a mail away for the 3D Hypno Ring. I'm sure I have those books. And I used to have the ring, too, so...